Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to convert from grams to moles and then back from moles to grams for just an element. The next video will show you how to do it for a compound. Your book has something called a mole roadmap. I don't ever use this. You can use it if you need it, but it's not something that I will provide you on a test or on anything else. So just kind of keep that in mind, that it's not something that you will have access to for tests and labs and all of your assignments. But for starting out, I can understand how this would be a good reference sheet. So grams is mass. So if they give us a value of grams and we need it in moles, it tells us to follow this arrow to get to moles. Well, it shows us to put 1 mole on top and put molar mass on bottom. We learned how to calculate molar mass in the previous video. So molar mass is just our mass from the periodic table. I've already talked about this in the last chapter of what numbers go on top and what numbers go on bottom. And I'll kind of go over that again as we work these problems out. All right, so you'll need a periodic table again in your calculator. The first question says, how many moles are in 15 grams of lithium? We're always going to start with whatever number they give us in the problem. So our very first box is going to be 15 grams of lithium. We have grams here, so we know we're going to have to put a value of grams down here. Where can I find a value for grams for lithium? On the periodic table. So if I get out my periodic table and look, grams for lithium is 6.94. So I'm going to put 6.94 grams of lithium on bottom. Since it came from the periodic table, we know that our units are grams per mole. So I'm going to put 1 mole of lithium on top. Go on and get used to writing the symbol of the elements in the boxes, because later on we're going to use multiple compounds or elements in one set of T-charts, and it can get kind of confusing unless you have the symbols written in. All right, so our grams cancel out and we're left with moles. That's what our question's asking for, so we know to stop. So in our calculator, we're going to do 15 times 1 and get an answer, and then divide it by 6.94. And you get 2.16 moles of lithium. Not too bad. All right, number 2, we're going the opposite way. How many grams are in 2.4 moles of sulfur? So always start with the number they give us. Look to see what it's asking for, and that's where we stop. So we start with 2.4 moles of sulfur. I'm going from moles to grams. So I have moles of sulfur here. I need to have moles of sulfur down here. Well, what do I know about moles and grams of sulfur? Well, I know if I look on the periodic table, there are 32.07 grams per mole of sulfur. So now I can put that in these boxes. I have mole on top. I need to put my 1 mole on bottom. Now I can put my 32.07 grams on the top. Moles cancel. I have units of grams in my last box. The question asks for grams, so I can stop. So in my calculator, I'm going to put in 2.4 times 32.07 divided by 1. You should get 76.97 grams of sulfur. All right, number 3. How many moles are in 22 grams of argon? We're going to do the same thing. We're going to start with the number that they give us in the problem. It asks for moles, so we know to stop when the unit of moles is in our last box. So 22 grams of argon. I have grams of argon here. I need grams of argon down here. The only place I can find that is on the periodic table. So I'm going to put 39.95 grams of argon here, and my 1 mole of argon on top. Grams cancel. have moles in my last box. It's asking for moles, so I can stop. Now I get my calculator and punch in 22 times 1, get an answer. Divide that by 39.95 in the calculator, and you should get 0.55 moles of argon. Alright, I want you to try to do 4 on your own, so stop the video, work it out, and then turn it back on and see if you got it right. Alright, so you should get 2,141.71 grams of magnesium for number 4. If you can understand where to put all of your numbers, but you're still not getting the correct answer in your calculator, please come see me. It is a really easy fix, and I can show you what to do.